Hello, this is Matthew. I'm the author of Superheroes Get Hungry Too, and I'm putting up this video so that I can show people what is going to be in my book. I say I'm the author of it, but it is not out yet. It's a children's book I'm working on. It's kind of a collection of a bunch of superheroes that I've created, and I want to use the book to show them off and to talk about interesting food-related topics. So anyway, here's kind of my idea for the cover. I've hired an artist who I am going to have do the final art, because I like to think of myself as a Stan Lee. You know, I'm more of an ideas man, and I can come up with concepts, but if you ask me to draw things over and over again, it's not going to go so well. Anyway, I've created about 19 characters, and they all come from different walks of life and have different backgrounds. They span anywhere from, you know, kids who are 9 years old to adults who are in their 70s, 80s, something like that. And yeah, they're all superheroes. Some of them are retired, some of them are active. I like the idea of superheroes having short careers, and you can tell different stories over the course of their career. So this is kind of my basic idea for a cover. This is the planet, and all these hands of costume heroes are going to be reaching for it. It might turn into like a cookie or a bowl of food or something fun like that. But the reason I'm going to be showing things off is because I've contacted an artist, and while I was developing this, I thought about using comic book covers along with images of the character doing things, and then maybe out of costume. And I have here all my words are written, so I have all the verses planned for it, and I just went through and I kind of planned out different scenarios, different basically comic book pages, sets of panels telling stories with the characters in a visual way, and it would kind of pair along with the words that I have here for them. So I just want to go through real quick and show off a bunch of my characters and say their name and maybe their power, and then move on to the next, just to make people aware of who they are, what they're about. Well, not really what they're about, but anyway. None of the colors are final just yet. Still working on that with the artist. This is Shuffle. She has magic powers. She's 12 years old, and she uses cards. You can see this card theme. She's even themed after a Queen of Cards. This is Ku. Ku has the ability to fly, uses a skateboard, and shoots out paintballs with these paintball guns she's got attached to her arms here. I think it's pretty cool. Very radical. This is Zap. Zap has this gauntlet, which I call the Vamp Brace, that can absorb energy and turn it into crystals, and she can also shoot out the energy from those crystals, you know, tase enemies, things like that. This is Dark Star. Dark Star has gravity powers. She can use them to fly and do different attacks and open up wormholes even, potentially. There's going to be a video coming about that later. This is Root. Root has the ability to hack into information systems and technology with her mind. And the closer she is to something, the stronger her powers get. Again, color's not final. And this, my assistant artist helped me with a head, and I just wanted to cover that. This right here is Haze. Haze has the ability to project herself from her body and do her superheroics that way. This is Downpour. She has weather magic. She's got this cool rainbow over her head and a sun. And anyway, that's her name, Downpour. She's got weather magic. And anyway, this is Pulse. She is a speedster, so she runs and moves really fast. She's actually an older character as well. And she's got this cool snake motif on here on her suit. This is Magma Girl. Magma Girl is a character who, in the current timeline of Superheroes Get Hungry Too, or that universe, she's actually elderly, and she's mentoring one of the current heroes. But this is what her suit looked like. I think this is the one I like the best. This is what her suit looked like back in the day. She has the ability to melt things with her hands, which is why she's called Magma Girl. This is Tux. Tux is a cat who turns into a Catman, and he does certain things while he's in his Catman form. These are the Cosmic Cadets. These boys are 9 years old. They're a team. They work together. They have powers based off of constellations, basically. They are Cygnus the Swan and Pegasus, and this is Canis Minor, which there's a Tremerian Fox. Anyway, it's a little too deep, but I really like this classic boy hero kind of Dick Tracy element that I have brought in with them. This is Major Croc. Major Croc has a few abilities. He's actually being mentored by Granny, or Magma Girl. I call her Granny because she's old in the timeline and has grandkids, and treats Major Croc as if he's one of her grandkids. Next is Redtail. Redtail is able to manipulate and bend light in different ways. He can shoot kind of photo blasts or light blasts, and he also has the ability to turn his light into wings, prismatic wings. They're rainbowy, very cool looking. This is the Shiner. The Shiner has a family who he roams around the country with in like an RV, and he kind of has these very superpowers, and he uses them to fight off local toughs and kind of more small scale stuff. And he's a guy who's got a lot of heart, and I'm interested in writing stories about him later. Oops, that was a folded page. This right here is Shadowcaster. Shadowcaster has control over darkness. He over his darkness specifically, and he's got kind of general magic powers. He can levitate using darkness, manipulating darkness for all the different kinds of spells or magics that he casts or manipulates. And he's from a long line of mages or sorcerers, magicians, whatever you want to call them, who use their magic powers for altruistic purposes. This is Leap. Leap has the ability to teleport. His suit is based off of African savanna hair, and he uses his powers to protect nature, protect animals, fight poachers and other ne'er-do-wells in his area. And this is Yes Man, who's an older gentleman. He has the ability to basically force people to answer questions truthfully using yes or no questions, and he uses his mind to craft the right series of questions to get to the truth behind things. So he's not going to be, beating up and stringing up a guy like Batman would necessarily, and threatening them until he gets the information. He uses his mind, but then, he's got his physique that he uses to finish the job, whether that means stopping explosives from happening or explosions from happening, or tackling bad guys or whatever when the time is right. So anyway, I just wanted to show this off briefly. I've got a website called luminousbeings.blog, where you'll be able to follow along with more information that I post about these characters and the progress that I'm making on Superheroes Get Hungry 2. My intention is to have this out as soon as possible, and I would like to not only have this children's book, but I would also like to make comic books based on all these superheroes, because I feel like I have a really interesting set of people, and I like all the different walks of life they come from and different things they represent, and I've been getting really excited about superheroes lately, especially in the comics, and I just want to pursue that passion. So go ahead and please subscribe or hit the bell for notifications so you can follow along and get videos as they come out. I'll be putting up about one video a week talking about the characters, the lore, kind of what's going on in the background. Even as I'm working on getting this children's book published, I'm building this whole universe of characters to tell some exciting and fun stories with. Thank you for watching.